Hey guys, it is E with Scrapbooking with me, and I apologize it took me so long to get this second video up of finishing this lantern, but we had a few things happen over the last 4 or 5 days, so it's kind of thrown me for a loop. But our daughter and husband and children that have been living with us and building a house, they got their house finished enough that they could move in, so they surprised us with that on Friday. So on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, we were trying to help them get moved and get moved out, that kind of thing. And then I had to have a little bit of a meltdown, missing my grandbabies, as you might imagine. They've been living here for 2 years, so it was a little bit of a change there. But anyway, we're back here on Monday. Things are getting back to normal, and hopefully we can get our schedule back to normal. I went ahead and some of these may look a little crooked, but we're going to straighten those out. Don't worry about that. I went ahead and put a layer of Collage Podge on the chipboard so that all of my paint wouldn't just soak right in the chipboard. What this does is it seals it. It's water resistant. It's like a glue, and it's like a finish altogether. Now, you can use Mod Podge. The reason that I use Collage Podge is because it is not tacky once you put it down on here. Sometimes your Mod Podge will be tacky, and I don't like that feeling, so I like to seal everything with my Collage Podge. I cannot talk this morning. But we have this in the store if you want to check it out. It's strictly up to you. You do it the same way you do Mod Podge. You just put a layer on there and it seals. But if you've got Mod Podge, you can use what you have. And then I had to go get some white paint because my white paint, I love this Waverly chalk paint, and the white paint of my Waverly, it said white, but when I opened it up, it looked really, really yellow. So I decided I better not use that. That wasn't the white that I wanted, so I had to go get some paint. So this is Waverly chalk paint 60699E. I love this chalk paint. It covers really well. I have put 2 coats on here, and you can see it's covered well. And then I have gone ahead and covered all of my pieces. I painted in here. I did not paint the bottom because that's not going to be seen. But now I did paint the inside of this because this will be seen a little bit from underneath. Now, mine might need another coat, but I think the 2 coats is good enough. And I want to show you what this Collage Podge and the paint did. And it was an accident, but I really like it. Let's see if you can see it. You see the little crack effect? Let's see if you can. I don't know if I'll be able to. It's like it's a little crackling effect all through here on this top. And I love that. I don't know why it did it just on this piece, but it did it, and I like it. I don't think it's on these other ones. No, the other ones didn't do that. It's just this one, but that's fine with me. Okay, we're going to put this down on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and I'm going to put glue right here on one at a time, and then I'm going to go in here and I'm going to hold it really, really tight in the corner, just like we did these down here, to make sure that that gets in the corner, closes up all of these little places, and seals that up good. So let's go ahead and see if our hot glue is nice and hot. It should be by now. So I'm going to put a good amount right here. Okay. And then I am going to press this in here and just press it up in the corner, making sure that it's all the way up against that bottom, and then press them to the sides just like that. And turning it upside down like this helps. It helps you push that down all the way. Alright, we got that one. You can go ahead and do this one. And you can just ease that hot glue down in there. You don't have to pull that out. Let's see. There we go. That should be good. Make sure it's pressed all the way down and then pressed all the way up to the corners. If you have a little hot glue that squirts out, just go ahead and roll that off just like normal. I take my little pick and I go around and I can pick all of that off so that it doesn't show. So there we go. We've got that one. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and do this one. So just squirt that hot glue down in there. Try not to squirt so much this time. You know, I get overzealous with my glue. Alright, let's press it all the way down and then press it all the way up to the edge. And go ahead and pull that excess off of there. There we go. Alright, we got that one. I know it's hard for you to see with this upside down like this, but now this one, as you can see, it's pulled away because this one went in a little crooked on the bottom. That's fine. We're going to pull that up really, really tight, and we're going to hold it until it seals off right there, until the glue dries. So we're going to put a nice amount down in here. Put it in the corner. Put it on the sides, and then I'm going to push that in the corner as far as I can, and then make sure that it's all the way down, and then I'm going to hold that nice and tight right there. There we go. See, that pulled that right up to where it needed to be. Now, if you want to use your art glitter glue or your other kind of adhesive, E6000, anything like that to put this in, you can certainly do that. I'm using the hot glue for time's sake, but if I see that it's going to turn loose or anything, which I don't think it will because I use the Gorilla hot glue and it really seems to hold well. But if I see that it's going to turn loose, then I will go back and I'll put an extra amount of some other type glue in there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this one right here on the top, and I want to measure in, let me see, this one is 5 1/8 inch. This is 7 1/8. So if I want to come in, let's see here. If I come in 1 inch all the way around, let's see what I have. There we go, and I'm going to have to stand up on this one. So hopefully you will still be able to hear me, but in order for me to get this nice and straight, I'm going to have to stand up. So I'm going to mark where I've got this sitting. Just going to put a little mark at my corners. I can always go in and erase those if I need to. Okay, then I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to run a bead of it down through here. Okay, and then as quickly as you can, go ahead and sit that down because it will not stay hot forever. There we go. Got that top on there. I've got a little bit of glue right there that I want to get off. Now we have this one that we want to sit on the top in the center of that one. But first we want to put our ring in there. Okay, so this is the top one, and what we want to do first is put this ring in there. Now this is just a book ring, one of those rings that I get to bind my books and things with. And then I have punched 2 holes in the top, and I punched my holes before I painted, and then I painted them. What we're going to do is we're going to open this up as wide as it'll go. Now I'm going to push that down through there. I did put a little bit of paint on this just to see what it would do, and I probably will paint it again once I get this in here. So once you see that come through on the bottom, go ahead and start pushing it up through that other side right there. Just like that. You see it's coming through that side. There we go. Now you can take this all the way down if you want to, and so that your little closure here will be on the side or down close to the bottom. That's up to you. I'm going to turn mine just a little bit. I'm not going to try to work with it too much because I don't want my holes to be too big. But that's good enough for me right there. So you see we got that in there. And then I will go back with my white paint and put another coat of paint on here. And that will just kind of seal that over. And then you can put some greenery or something around here so that your little holes won't show, but they're not too bad. All right, now we're going to put this on the top of this right here. Oh, and all I did to punch my holes, to know where to punch them, I just came in 1 inch from the side. 1 inch from the side and punched my holes. That's all I did. Depending on how big your ring is, that's what you want to do. You want to measure, just sit your ring down on there and measure it first and see where it will go into the chipboard. But mine is like a, let's see, this is a 2.5, I believe. No, this is a 2-inch ring, so I came in 1 inch from each side. Okay. Now we want to put this one in the center, so all I'm going to do is just measure just exactly like I did before. This one is 3 inches, that one's 5. So I think if I come in 1 inch all the way around, I think I should be good. There we go. So I'm going to put just a tiny mark. I'm just going to try to slide that mark up under there. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. Sliding it on this desk. And then we're going to put that glue right around this, just like before. Now, if you want to make sure that this little piece holds a lot tighter and better, which I think this is going to hold fine for me, but if you want to have a solid place to glue to, then you can always put a solid piece on the bottom of this. But I think this is going to be fine for me. And I'm going to stand up again. Hopefully I won't bump the camera and knock it out of line like I did before. Let's see. There we go. Got that one in there. Just press it down a little bit. So there is the top of our lantern. Isn't that pretty? That's the whole lantern in itself right there. That's finished. That's just how quick and easy these are, and then you can decorate them up any way that you want. So I have these beads that we could put around the top of the lantern like this. Show you that. That would be cute if you wanted to do that and kind of cover up where you glued that. That would be really cute. These are just some cheap beads that I got at Walmart. You can put greenery and a candle and everything down here in the bottom. And then I have this little, I'm going to put a candle and a little bit of greenery. And then I have this little, this come from the Dollar Tree. It's a little deer. And I'm going to put that in there with my candle. And in the photos, you'll see all of this. Now, I want this to look just a little bit distressed, not so white everywhere. So I'm going to show you how to distress without rubbing paint off, because if we rub paint off of this, we would mess up the chipboard. Take a black marker, just a magic marker or Sharpie, whatever. Put a little bit on your finger and just go around the edges. You can take the marker directly to the piece if you want to, but I tend to make a mess when I do that, so I just put a little bit on my finger. It'll wash off. And see, I'm going to show you here. Let's see if I can do that without messing everything up. See, just a little bit goes on that edge so that it looks distressed. Looks like some of the paint is coming off. So just go all around in the places that you think you want it to be distressed and do that. So look right here, you see how white that is? Take a little bit on your finger and just rub it in certain areas. And see, That's what it does. And if you get a little bit too much black in a certain area, just take your little baby wipe and just touch it really, really easy and wipe that off. But there you go. That is it distressed. And I've got my little deer glued in there. So now I just need to get my greenery and then my little candle, and this will be ready to go on my mantle. But this is just your idea of how quick and easy you can make these lanterns. And you can make them taller, you can make them shorter, you can make them smaller. Just depends on what kind of base you start with. So all of the measurements and everything will be over on my blog. I hope you'll take a look over there and check those out. And if you're not already subscribed to our channel, I'd appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to click that little bell when that bell pops up so that you'll be notified when we put up new videos. And we really appreciate all our new subscribers, and we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.